Five again.
Ryan Garcia wooed fans with new training footage just weeks before the September 12th clash with Conor Benn. The current WBC welterweight champion is in great shape, throwing combination punches and showcasing immense power before the fight.
Two. Six right there. Five right there. And five again. Boom.
You can literally hear the punches echoing through the gym as he trains. Conor Benn, meanwhile, has also been sweating it out in camp. Currently training in California, Benn has kept a low profile, focusing entirely on the upcoming fight.
Change the other side. Change the other side. Change it. Hey, go again. Change it. Again. Now two into it. Two that yeah, good. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If you get Garcia like that, mate, you don't let it
feel a nudge.
Mate, freaking hell. That's like me punching me.
Noticed, Benn looks significantly leaner and weaker ahead of the fight. While the power is there, there's no guarantee that this is going to be enough to win the fight early, as Benn would ideally like.
It's for me to prove that I'm one of the best in the world.
Ryan's been knocked down before in his career. Will he go down again on September 12th?
Of course. I don't plan on this fight going the distance. I plan on going in there and getting a stoppage, for sure. I'm just going to go in there and do what I do, which is plant one on his chin and try and put him to sleep.
Both boxers are training equally hard in the gym. However, it's worth mentioning that Ryan is having a far easier time in training. While he's been constantly mocking Benn, he was pretty serious in a recent interview where he clearly sees that Benn isn't having the best time cutting down to 147 before fight night. He claimed that Benn is clearly having a nightmare in training camp and he can't wait to put an end to his misery. He also stated that Benn is free to blow up to middleweight after the weigh-in, claiming that no rehydration clause is in place. Garcia is so confident about beating Benn that he is completely disregarding Benn blowing up to 160 pounds on fight night.
No way. It was a lot of thinking, a lot of hard work, a lot of believing in yourself. You know, a lot of people try to downgrade all the moves I was making, but they paid off in the long run, and now everybody kind of see the formula, what you got to follow now. And I'm just happy to be in the driver's seat and make sure that, you know, I get to kind of pick and choose how I want events to be, and you know, it feels good, you know. But again, I'm always fair. You see, Conor Benn decided to come down to 147. We put no rehydration clause on him. Be as big as you want. It don't matter.
He keeps mentioning his weight cut ahead of the
fight.
fight.
He already said that this is his last fight at 147. That shows you that he is having. It's a nightmare right now.
Okay, if he misses weight, how much money do you get? How does that work?
We already negotiated that. I really don't know the terms, but
he has to make weight.
Okay,
he'll make weight.
Since you're in so
Look,
much...
I told him, because he said, "Oh, discipline." This, I said, "Bro, you could be disciplined and dumb at the same time." Like, bro, your mind could say this, your heart could say that, but your body would tell you the truth. You could do all the whole way. Get my dad. Thank you for the work. You can do all the work, all the discipline shit, all the shit you do, but at times it gets dumb.
Yeah.
You could, it's not how, sometimes not as hard as you work, it's that's how smart you work. So you could be doing all that dumb shit you're doing right now, beating your body down. Your body's gonna tell you the truth and be like, yo, you doing too much. You get down, your body not meant to be at 147. Like, oh, look how big you are. You're big papas. You put too much weight. And historically, telling you, Conor, historically, time has always said, when the fighter goes up, then comes down,
For Ryan Garcia, this is a massive fight. A victory here immediately makes him the biggest boxing star, probably even bigger than the likes of other big names who have made waves recently. Ryan has already spent most of his time promoting the fight, and with 10 million followers on social media, a massive younger audience will tune in to watch Ryan fight. It's surprising that only a couple of years ago, Garcia nearly destroyed his career, but now he's won a world title and is entering the next stage of his career where the opportunities for growth and fame are even greater than before.
I wouldn't want to be you, but look how nice I am. I didn't put no rehydration clause. You could do whatever you want, buddy. You could go to 180 for all I give a fuck.
Ryan,
do whatever you want.
The promotion for this fight has been over the top, especially how you guys did the press conference at the Fanatics event.
And the WWE.
And yeah, exactly. A lot of people want to see Oscar and Dana on that stage. Will they get the opportunity to see that, and what do you think is going to happen?
I have no idea, but Oscar should be a part of the event. I think it would be very funny to see him and Dana White, but you know, I don't control none of that.
Yeah.
Byron, Mauricio sent me a video today.
What do you do?
You were on the stream with the girl.
Wendy?
Yes, Sanchez?
Ortiz,
my bad. Yes, and she didn't know what the belt was.
I
And
know.
he said the belt was more than money.
She asked how much was the belt.
Yeah, I was like, I paid like $50 now. But
Muhammad Ali had
I
it. Faces on
know. I
it.
was trying to tell her the history of it. It's the most prestigious belt, in my opinion, in boxing. You know, it's the most recognizable. Muhammad Ali had it, Tyson had it, Floyd had it, and it's just recognizable. You see that belt, you know that's a world champion in boxing, and you can't deny that fact. It's just facts are facts.
Is there any bigger satisfaction to shut up the entire group of haters and the new and still you with the belt?
Yeah, of course, it's gonna be fun because people always got on me about never being a world champion. Now that I'm a world champion, you know, now I'm gonna defend it, and it's just gonna be funny to be seeing everybody's facial expressions when they really don't got shit to say about me now. Like, bro, I made the money, I'm a big star, and now I'm a world champion.
To understand why Ben is so disadvantaged going into September 12th, you need to hear what he had to say about weight cuts and training. Mere weeks before the fight, it looks like Conor Benn has realized the massive challenge he has going into this fight. In a recent interview, Ben opened up about the biggest challenge of making 147 pounds. Calling it brutal, Ben was quick to mention that he was abandoning the division after the fight. It's been 4 years since he last fought at 147, and now that he's a natural middleweight, Ben probably made a mistake accepting this fight.
And a fun one for myself. Obviously, a lot of people sort of talking about yourself making 147 again. I guess from your camp, the weight coming off nicely.
It's hard. It's brutal. This is my last fight at 147.
Your last fight, what?
This is my last fight at 147. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, I haven't made 147 for 4 years, so it's challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds for the Eubank fights, so it's hard, but we're getting it done.
Yeah. So after this fight, we'll be going up to 154 pounds then?
154, 160, 168.
Okay. Yeah. interesting stuff.
Many agree that accepting this fight at welterweight is a massive blunder. Frank Smith recently reacted to Benn's statement and said that he wasn't surprised. He feels that the weight could play a major role in Benn's defeat. Benn's power will be severely limited, and although he's working on his stamina, lasting the entire 12 rounds against a more technically skilled Garcia will be challenging.
You've seen the comments from Conor Benn, but he said that 147, this will be his last fight against Ryan Garcia. I know Eddie said after the Eubank fight that maybe you guys were looking at 154, 160. I mean, what do you make of him saying that 147, no matter what happens, that's his last fight?
Yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest. I mean, when you see him at 150, like against Regis Prograis and the performance he put in, I can't imagine it's his best weight. One thing I'll give Conor Benn, like, he's got a great team around him, and he's always taken it very seriously. So, you know, he's going to go in there in the best physical condition he can do. But bear in mind, it's going to be very tough for him to make that 147 weight, so I'm not surprised. He's saying.
Surely that can't be good to hear. I know you're obviously not on Team Conor Benn anymore, but when you talk about coming in the best physical condition, when he's making comments like that weeks out, do you think that's maybe a mentality thing that he's questioning the weight already? Like, what do you make of him actually saying that?
I think he realises it's bloody hard. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I've never made weight. I'm 210 pounds. I'm about 3 stone overweight, so I couldn't tell you how hard it is to make weight. But I've seen what fighters go through, but for all our differences, one thing I'll say about him, he trains very hard. He applies himself completely. I wish him the best of luck and health and safety in there. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he's saying that.
Analysts are already seeing how this fight plays out. With Benn's latest comments about the weight cut, analysts like Liam Goff believe that Benn and his team are preparing excuses about the loss even before he enters the ring. According to Goff, training camp must be a nightmare for Benn, who has already lost significant muscle, thus causing hindrances in training camp.
He said, yeah, it's hard, it's brutal. This will be my last fight at 147 pounds. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, I haven't made 147 pounds for 4 years, so it's challenging. It's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds night of the fight for Eubank Jr. fight, you know, so it's hard. We're getting it, but we're getting it done. Right, so that's what Conor Benn has to say there. So, and look at those before and after pics. Like 183 pounds, okay, we'll take your word for it, but you're telling me, hang on a second, you're telling me even with a rehydration clause, you packed on 23 pounds from the weigh-in. Okay, I believe you, thousands wouldn't. But still, if he is he looks noticeably leaner, you can see that. And for Conor Benn to be admitting that this is his last fight at 147 pounds, that tells me that, and essentially already saying that, you know, the struggle is real. People, that tells me that Conor Benn is already planning the excuses. Because if you think about it like this, how often do you hear fighters who go into a fight knowing they'll lose? Chavez Jr. versus Canelo Alvarez, prime example. They did that fight 9 years ago at 164.5 pounds. It was Canelo's official debut at middleweight, which was closer to super middleweight. And Chavez Jr., who really cruiserweight, you know, he was big at light heavyweight. For him to get down to that weight, even at that stage in his career, was seen as like, that's just unbelievably ambitious. And even in the build-up to the fight, when he looked an absolute skeleton on the scales, he looked awful, right? He didn't even try in that fight. Well, I'm saying he doesn't try most time, but you know what I mean? He had nothing left on fight night. Even still in the build-up, he was saying, yeah, I've made the weight comfy. I might even be able to do 160 pounds again. They don't want to give anything away. Even though they know probably not going to win this fight, probably it's a way too far, I've taken too much off, I still don't want to, one, give my opponent any more confidence than he already has. And I want to give the perception that, all right, look, I'm not expected to win. I'm the underdog. But without admitting to the world, you know, I'm really struggling, this is hard, I'm just going to act like, you know, it's nothing.
Former undisputed light welterweight champion Josh Taylor dismissed this matchup, confessing that it doesn't excite him. While agreeing that it has all the ingredients to be a commercial success, he doesn't see the excitement for boxing purists. His main concern is the mismatch in skills and talent, stating that Garcia is simply levels above Benn. Taylor brought up the weight issue and agreed that Benn will have serious issues during the fight with regards to limited strength and punching power.
Well, the biggest names we've brought to the roster is Conor Benn. We're hearing this fight with Ryan Garcia is imminent. Dana White at the press conference the weekend said it could be as soon as next week. What are your thoughts on that fight, both in terms of does it excite you, and secondly, what's your breakdown on it? Who do you think wins?
It doesn't excite me at all, really. it's none other than a big. It's a big fight. It's a big commercial fight. You know, Ryan Garcia's huge commercially. So is Conor Benn. Boxing ability wise, I think Ryan Garcia probably knocks him out. Unless everything's all good and all that, you know. But I think that Ryan Garcia is just a better boxer. He's quicker, he's sharper, he's got more experience in the game. I don't think Conor Benn has done well, has improved a hell of a lot. He's quick, he's stronger, he's bigger and stronger than Ryan Garcia. But going off that last performance, I don't think Garcia's got anything to worry about. I think Garcia probably knocks him out after that last performance.
Is there any route for Conor in your mind? Because we saw Ryan have flat performances, the Rolando Romero fighting Conor, up until the move up to 160 and trying to come back down to welterweight when he fought Benn.
There is that. Like, you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's coming back down to 147. Well, it wasn't 147, 148 or 149, was it? Well, it was 150. Was it? Oh, well. I thought it was maybe a little bit lighter than that, but.
He might have weighed in at 149, but it was contracted at 150.
Right. Okay. So he weighed at 149. But then it goes another. It's coming down for 160, and after having all them. I don't know what to say, you know, because I might get a court case on my ass.
While some experts see it as a risky move for Conor Benn, others aren't so concerned. Among those people who are brushing off the weight debate is British boxing promoter Frank Warren. Warren quickly dismissed the weight drain concerns, stating that Benn is surrounded by a team of experts who know whether he can take on this challenge under such circumstances. Regardless of the weight class though, Warren feels that Benn and Ryan Garcia are levels apart. Benn is vastly inexperienced compared to Ryan, and he might not last the 12 rounds against a more talented Garcia. Nevertheless, he doesn't dismiss Benn and feels that there are chances of an upset.
Yeah, we're talking about smaller guys and making weight. Conor Benn is fighting Ryan Garcia September the 12th. Yeah. What's your thoughts on the fight itself and Conor boxing down at 147?
Look, he's got people around him, and if he can't make that weight, he shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah.
So the people around him are there to look after him.
Yeah.
To ensure that he's okay. If they feel that it's right, then they're with him every day. So they should know. The border control, I'm sure, would do their check weights.
How does it work though? Like with the sanctioning bodies, when Conor Benn was at 147, was made mandatory challenge, but hadn't boxed there for like 3 or 4 years. He hadn't boxed at that weight.
I don't know. I don't know how that came about, but it's happened. And I generally don't know. I've not paid a lot of attention to it, quite honestly. Look, Conor, at this moment in time, for me, he's a big underdog in the fight.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd do his best and he'll fight his best, but, I mean, you know, you've got to make Garcia a massive favourite.
Yeah, well, it's the known against the unknown, isn't it? Conor's not boxed at that level. And just
yeah, but I mean, you know, Conor's not boxed at a high level yet.
That's what I'm saying,
He's fought Chris Eubanks Jr., 36 years old, whatever he is.
Yeah.
He's never done it at all.
Yeah.
At the top.
Yeah, sure.
Conor Benn is a massive underdog going into this fight. By the looks of it, he stands absolutely no chance against Ryan Garcia. Analysts believe that Benn and his team accepted this fight solely for the big payday and eyeballs. Benn's team knows that he doesn't stand a chance against a fast, lethal fighter like Garcia, which is why they've agreed to the terms and are willing to drop down significant weight classes for this matchup.
Oh yeah, I think that Conor Benn and his team, they know this fight. Ryan Garcia, if Ryan Garcia turns up like he did against, and I know you can say what you want to say about the Devin Haney fight, but if their Ryan Garcia turns up, and sometimes he doesn't, but if their Ryan Garcia turns up, he knocks Conor Benn out. Doesn't just be he knocks him out. Simple as. Because Ryan Garcia is way better, way faster, just way better in every department than Conor Benn is, in my opinion. The only thing Conor Benn would have over him is size, but if he's struggling to make the weight, well, then the size really doesn't become a factor, because you might have the weight over him, but if you're as weak as anything, if, you know, a feather could knock you over, well, what good is the size then, you know? So, yeah, those are my thoughts on this. Conor Benn looking in phenomenal shape, but mentioning how hard it is to make this, well, that's not good. You don't want to be doing that, and that doesn't exactly fill you with confidence a month out from the fight. It's not going to get any easier. It's only going to get harder, in particular fight week. So, yeah.
Predicting this fight can be a challenging one. The British fans are savoring every moment. British boxer Jimmy Sains recently expressed huge excitement for Benn's WBC world title clash against Ryan, noting he is flying out to attend and feels almost as excited for it as his own fight. He described Garcia as the biggest possible name Benn could have landed for a title shot. While recognizing Garcia's elite skill level, Sains expressed full confidence that Benn possesses the necessary power to win if the British boxer shows up at his best.
Yeah. Conor Benn, I think, travels out to the US with Tony tomorrow. Big fight against Ryan Garcia on September the 12th, isn't it?
Yeah, very big fight. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go with myself. To be honest, I'm more excited about that one, my own fight already. But yeah, should be a really good night. T-Mobile Arena, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, Conor Benn does a job. WBC world title. I mean, it's what dreams are made of.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at kind of all the fighters that Conor was being linked with over the last few months, Garcia is probably the biggest fight he could have got, so it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, biggest name he could have got, and for the WBC world title, so you can't really ask for more. I think he's getting paid very well as well, so it's a win-win all round.
You believe he beats him?
I believe he's got the power, and he's very, very skillful, Ryan Garcia. So he's top elite, world class. So we'll see what level Conor Benn's at. I believe he can beat him. But obviously we'll see on the night. It depends what Ryan Garcia turns up. Yeah. But also Conor Benn's got to turn up as well to get the win. And I believe he can do so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Star British boxer Dalton Smith didn't hesitate picking up a winner for this fight, though. The current WBC super lightweight champion pointed out that Garcia's skills and talent makes him the favorite. He did state that irrespective of Benn's chances of a victory, anyone would jump to the opportunity to fight Ryan Garcia. He therefore doesn't see Benn making a mistake by accepting this fight.
Dalton, Conor Benn, Ryan Garcia coming up. A lot of people think Ryan's maybe not taking it that seriously. Do you think Conor could upset the odds and pull it off, or do you make Garcia a big favourite?
You know, as a Brit, you want him to do it. You know, because that'd be a good fight for me to be a part of as well. But I just think Ryan's got the speed, the youth, you know, the speed and power. I just favour Ryan in that fight.
Everyone agrees that if the best version of Ryan Garcia shows up, Benn stands no chance. The weight cut, the talent gap, and other factors heavily place this fight in Ryan's favor. But can the defending champion become the face of boxing by defeating Conor Benn in dominating fashion? Or are we in for a massive surprise come September 12th? Drop your predictions in the comments. That's all for today. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned and we will catch you in the next video.